main thing about this week is that there's actually an alternate win condition in play. Usually, whenever you go and grab Princess Galen and take her back to the throne, if you have a full inventory, she will take an item. If the runners manage to get her to take a cursed belt, they just win on the spot. As we start out with absurd strength and decent HP. It's in the red, but it's not that terrible. 2 gold chests, so if they find an early town, there will be good chances to shop. But yeah, 31 strength, that's more than adequate.
Looks like High Spirits is doing a safety save in case there's a nearby town to be able to make some early purchases. With 1100 gold, that's axe money right there. Maybe even axe and chainmail if he gets lucky. So I can certainly understand the temptation. Meanwhile, the other runner's just gonna go at it. Looks like Vrayla's finding himself a wolf. Not able to take it down, unfortunately. Diabetes taking on the safer slime.
Yeah, Archfield gained good HP off that level. I think it was 2, 3, 15, and some MP. High Spirits actually takes out a Druin, which is not going to be enough for level 3, but certainly enough for level 2. It's 8 MP as well. And Archfield actually just punches down a skeleton for a big chunk of experience. Let's see this level. 1,
High
10,
Spirits.
9, 1, Spell of... Stop spell. That's not bad.
Yeah, meanwhile, High Spirits running into the Armored Knight, or the AK-47 as we like to refer to him due to how hard he hits in the community, with Hurt More and sending him back home.
That AK comes loaded with special rounds. This Drakey is a murder bat.
Well, Murder Bat Light. It's a normal Fire Breath, not the DL2 Fire Breath, but certainly lethal at these levels.
And level 4, 4-1. Love it! 6 MP and the Spell of Conventional Hurt, which, well, we have something that already conventionally hurts. It's called Fist.
Yeah, it's called 38 Strength. That's enough to hurt things pretty badly. Meanwhile, Diabetes running into a blue dragon and getting sent back home. Got a very large swamp he's trying to explore, but I don't know how far he's gonna go.
Yeah, it looks like you have to travel through a lot of swamp to make progress. Well, here's a good enemy to use Hurt on. Most Scorpions have a lot of defense, not a lot of health. They also have Baby Wombo. They have Sleep and Baby Breath. High Spirits has a couple towns. We have Breckenary. So, first look at a gear shop. Look at this gear.
Magic Armor, Flame Sword is available, plus some other more reasonably priced gear. Very interesting shop location. And of course, Breckenary, the home of the Motel 6. We'll leave a torch out for you.
And, well, there's your hand axe, if you choose to take it, and you will. It's going to jump him up already to almost 50 attack power.
Yeah, the combination with the strength and the hand axe there should give him a commanding ability to put the smack down on things. Oh, hey, over on Vrayla's, we've got a Sparko Bridge, Seed Validated.
Seeds validated, Dreams not validated yet. We have level 5 for Diabetes. Let's see what it is. 5 power, 6 agility, 3 health, and no magic. Empty Eye loves it. High Spirit's just going to take a moment to check out the southern shop.
There's magic armor, small shield. Yeah, there's some decent gear here.
And just elects to take the Death Warp. Not going back to Breckenary. He could actually afford that inn. We do call it Motel 6 for a reason, because that's how much gold it takes to utilize the services of the inn. And he, in fact, had 7 gold.
Yeah, but with only 7 gold, it's not a major problem to be able to pay half of your gold for the complete refill on your hit points and magic points and getting sent back to the castle, where he can maybe try to explore it a different way and gains another level there.
Yeah, High Spirit's taking a little bit of a step back in the experience because he did all that searching towns and stuff, but he should make that back up pretty quickly with hand axe.
Yeah, all four of these runners trying to figure out what's on the other side of that swamp and trying to do so safely. Unfortunately, swamps, unless you've got a certain piece of armor, are pretty dangerous to traverse.
Yeah, 2 HP every time you step on them. At these early levels and with no healing magic, that will certainly wear you down.
Ooh, Diabetes running into a Demon Knight trying to go the other direction to explore, and his attempted exploration will be brought to a rather abrupt halt. Meanwhile, High Spirit's wandering around in that desert, which has a higher encounter rate, so not a bad idea if he's just wanting to grind here. Going to take out some of these ruins, which are really decent experience at this level at 14 experience a pop.
Yeah, pretty easy to grind in the early going with the high strength, and well, as long as you don't run into Armor Knights, although they do seem to be favoring that hurt more a ton. I wonder if Stop Spell would be very effective against them. Wonder if someone's going to pull that out at some point and maybe watch them flail about for a few turns.
High Spirit's running into a Metal Scorpion. Unfortunately, it takes him down before he can take it down. Archfield's Monk finding out that the other side of that swamp is completely empty, taking that Death Warp to be able to try a different direction.
So yep, it's either go over the bridge and go south, or try your luck west against the Sharlock tier enemies. Have fun. Oh, it looks like there was a level 6 pickup on Diabetes' side that we missed. You know, Husfate's actually giving a knight a go, and is promptly punched in the face.
Yeah, unfortunately, until he gets a bit of defense, those knights are probably going to be just a little bit outside his reach at the moment. They just do too much damage back to him, even though they are worth a considerable amount of experience at this stage.
Okay, let's get that level 6. It had 5, 1, 2, 1. Even more powers, so it could be worse.
Ooh, Diabetes running into an Axe Knight. That took that exploration down to an abrupt stop. Vraylus just hit level 5. The runners are actually not too far apart in experience at this point. High Spirit's doing some exploration, realizes that he's going to need to get things taken care of if he's wanting to win. Vraylus finding the Motel 6 here for 6 gold. We'll leave a torch on for you. And so he'll have an opportunity to also check the thing. And don't forget, you've got a shop here for herbs and torches as well. And I think you've even got like a dragon skill that could give you at least some defense. So there are some options here. Does pick up that small shield.
Yeah, small shield will be 4 defense. And it looks like Varels is heading down to the shop. As long as the NPCs get out of the way. There you go.
Now, there is a fairy water vendor in Breckenary. However, it's behind a door, so he's going to need keys to access that.
Not anymore. Not as of the alpha.
Ah, okay, the alpha changed that. Excellent. However, the thing is this. One of the new advantages to this alpha is what are called the Battle Torch Flag. What that does is torches do damage, and fairy water does about the same damage as a hurt spell. Torches do about half that. but it ignores the resistance to the Herp series. So, other than, of course, the Metal Slimes, for which it is still a coin flip, 0 or 1 damage. But still useful if you don't have a lot of strength. However, all of these runners have a lot of strength, so it's probably not going to be in play this particular race.
Yeah, the torches and fairy waters are at their best when they're breaking you out of early slogs, but High Spirits already has 63 attack power and the others are not that far behind. Although the abilities are getting annoying, Diabetes on 300 experience gets taken out by the baby Wombo again. That's still proving to be deadly.
Yeah, the Wombo combo, as we call it in the community, is going to be a combination of sleep and generally deal 2 breath or hurt more. But the light Wombo combo is either the baby breath, the regular dragon breath, or a hurt.
And there's your first golem sighting. Failure to run means that Diabetes gets punched in the face by the 120 strength golem, and that ends about as predictably as you expect that to.
Yeah, the golem punches him through the face. Now, I swear, we did not have Big Swamp Seed on this one, I promise you. But, good lord, you've got swamps to the left, you use swamps to the right. Here we are, stuck in the middle with you.
Stuck in the middle with these Hurt-Mooring Armor Knights. Diabetes actually getting a perfect level up for 3, 16 agility, 6 health, 9 magic, so there's some good agility to run away from stuff with, but really not that bad of a level.
Well, you know what they say, agility is just a number.
Well, it boosts stuff in theory. So let's see about this swamp. Diabetes gonna give this wolf some kung fu, and I wonder if he has herbs to be able to recover.
Yeah, the wolves are worth 40 experience, one of the highest experience point total enemies that they can take down at this point. The Star Wyvern, however, shows up and puts an end to that attempt for Diabetes.
Yeah, it looks like our runners are just trying to get through. Break through and find something, but just not quite there yet.
Meanwhile, Diabetes has made his way to the west of that lower swamp, finding nothing but a dead end. We'll be heading back the other direction.
High
There's
Spirits.
another Sparko Bridge with
The Poltergeist guards it. And it's dead.
It looks like he's trying to validate, but he's got a rogue scorpion.
There's actually a secret spike tile. It has a rogue scorpion on it. Oh, he's actually going to try to kill it with his herbs and hurt spell.
I mean, there are worse tactics. It's worth a lot of experience if he can manage to do this.
Yeah, but he's out of herbs now, so if he gets 2 big hurt spells, and that's not a big hurt spell. That is in fact the opposite of a big hurt spell. And unable to defeat the Sparkover Bridge Spike Tile.
Unable to validate the seed. Tough times for everyone. Meanwhile, Diabetes says, nuts to this kung fu-y, I want me an axe.
Unfortunately, he has taken too many deaths, and cannot afford the axe. Only 20 gold away from Copper Sword, though. Could kill this Metal Scorpion, then Well, if the Metal Scorpion doesn't just wombo him right here, could take the money back and go buy that Copper Sword, and that'll be nice. Oh, but a low roll on that. That's unfortunate, being unable to kill it with 2 hurt spells.
Diabetes does make it all the way back to Cantlin, and it looks like is going to start picking up some herbs to replenish his supply. Always a good idea since they don't have a heal spell yet.
And we have the big C-sided. And the big jerk. The big C being Sharlock. Usually the final dungeon of the game, but as mentioned earlier, unless things go really weirdly, we probably will not need to defeat the Dragon Lord. As of right now, it's just 1 treasure chest if you can somehow get through the toughest enemies in the game. I mean,
Yeah,
right now they're a coin flip against most things, but well, there's a couple monsters that they are not a coin flip against.
Well, here's the other thing. There are 6 chests in there behind a door, so once they get access to keys, it could be a valuable place to look for things like Erdrick's sword, Erdrick's armor, maybe the fairy flute since golems are being such a pain in the posterior, maybe a death necklace, you know, something along those lines since it's already there. But yeah. Meanwhile, of course, these are some excellent runners. If this is the kind of content that floats your boat, go ahead and give them a follow on their Twitch streams. Its link is in the chat channel. Also, I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentators booth is Smashy. We've got Kamion Renokai and Zarnax as trackers. And as the restreamer is Lord of the Synth, permitting us to be able to actually enjoy this.
Something Archfield's not enjoying, though, is that dead end through that swamp.
Unfortunately. And of course, we've gone ahead and linked the randomizer. If you want to actually try playing this kind of stuff, if this looks interesting to you, you want to play around with it, we'll go ahead and drop a link there in the chat. Also, a link to our Discord in the chat. If you have any questions, you just want to get involved in the community, come on over. We're a nice, friendly, open, inclusive community there. And who knows, we might see you participating in the next series.
In the meantime, we have 3 deaths. 3 sync deaths, 3 trips to the king, all that good stuff.
Yeah, this seed is open, but it's also got a lot of swamp, which has been really limiting their ability to explore. That and the enemies that they are running into has made it very difficult for them to really progress. But High Spirit's finding a metal slime. There's one!
Yeah, not even the first metal slime. In the early dead-end swamp, just east of Tantagel, there was also metal slimes up there, but unfortunately, High Spirits cannot hit the metal slime, even though it is a 50% chance. And it gets away. He's good with 25% chances, not 50%.
Yeah, one of the flags that is in the seed, I don't think it's applicable anymore at this point, is Scaredy Slimes, so that Metal Slimes always have the option to run away, even if their attack power is not sufficient to encourage them to do so.
Yeah, but that was already out from level 1. It takes 20 strength before to make Metal Slime start running, and we started with 31, so that was never going to be a fact.
Not in the seed, at least. No. Looks like Diabetes II trying to go after this Droll Magi with Hailmore. Oh!
Oh, that's just rude.
One of the least desired skills to see in an enemy, second only maybe to the Wombo combo of Sleep and Dragon Lord 2 Breath.
In the meantime, Vrel's gonna take a pit stop at Breckenary, get some herbs. Get an herb. Having so many deaths, it's hard to keep gold, so that's starting to be an issue.
Yeah, and this scene is kind of a tease, really. I mean, you're not exactly locked into the immediate vicinity like we've seen in a couple of runs, but at the same time, there's enough constraints and enough enemies that are sufficiently vicious out there, and it's still a very brutal and punishing scene.
Speaking of brutal enemies, Goldmen, usually something you don't even want to fight to begin with because they only give 6 experience, they also have hurt more.
Ouch.
Okay, if Diabetes can defeat this poltergeist... Oh, it dodges and it ran. Oh, well, he's chasing it down. He's beating on it again. He's got it. He's got level 8. Show us the good stuff, level 8. 1 power,
The
2
stats weren't
agility.
the best, but you did get Sleep, which is useful.
Yeah, Varela's about to get the news as well. Yeah, and there's actually a cave right under... This is actually just south of where High Spirits saw that particular spark over bridge and died to the Rogue Scorpion, so we have a cave sighting for Diabetes. Of course, the Rogue Scorpion's very high agility, able to lock down Diabetes and take him out. And Archfield 8.
Ooh, Varela's getting some payback on these Metal Scorpions, putting it to sleep. Metal Scorpion wakes up and returns the favor and starts doing that fire breath. And we'll be sending him... Yeah, we'll be sending him back home.
Yeah, unfortunately sleeping for too many turns. So, I imagine Diabetes is going to be making a beeline straight back to that location, try to get that cave, because it is actually the first cave we've seen so far.
Yeah, and the runners are going to need a lot of belts if they're going to want to be able to trigger that victory condition of handing one over to the princess when she gets returned to dear old dad. So finding one in a cave means being able to, if nothing else, go into the cave, pick it up, rinse, wash, repeat until you get it taken care of. Once they get keys from Rimildar, once they find that, if there's one in the armory in Tantegel, they have a possibility of doing a grind for it. Rogue Scorpion's all over the place trying to stop Archfield, but he keeps juking. Knight shows up.
Yeah, you can just kind of see what the problem's been with this. You have Knights on one screen, Stonemen on another, AK-47s on a third, and not enough gold to buy weaponry for Varelis again. Archfield finds Sharlock. Not going to test it at the moment. And High Spirits sees the cave, sees a Rogue Scorpion, runs away from the Rogue Scorpion.
He's got those jukes.
And the cave is Garen's grave.
And with that sleep spell, this knight is actually potentially able to be taken down.
Oh, but it punches hard.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's a one-hit point wonder.
Eleanor hurt and got it.
78 experience is very substantial. High Spirit's bonking his way through this cave.
Yeah, I guess on 1 HP and no orbs, so if something as much as just taps him on the shoulder, he's dead. But he's making it through.
If he can at least get to these couple, there's some gold.
Got gold.
And magic key! And an herb. He has a magic key now. This unlocks a lot of options, not needing to have to go all the way out and find the town of Rimuldar, which is where you would normally be a place to buy keys. This can really open things up for High Spirits. He's probably looking to Death Warp at this point, although, of course, picking up as much experience as he wants, because when in doubt, grind it out. But probably looking to get back home so he can pick up some keys and check out the back door, the basement of Tentacle Castle.
Yeah, so what we know right now, you of course get the Tentacle Treasury, which is 4 chests in and of itself. You get the cave under Tentacle, and then we also have the coordinates available to be picked up in case they just happen to be near. And the Wraithite ambush is going to do it.
Alright, that also opens up Lower Garen's grave. It also opens up many other possibilities. It also opens up Charlock Armory as well, the Pyramid.
So yeah, plenty of stuff just opened up from that one. I imagine.
Welcome, Rygai Raiders. Alright, love to see you guys come in here. Let's just recap for the raiders that just came into the channel. This is a Cursed Princess run, no hurt mores. Right now, the seed has been kind of a tease and painful. It's been open. You haven't really been that constrained. But with swamp everywhere, big enemies everywhere, it's been challenging for the players to really get going.
Oh, and really unfortunate for High Spirits, and really unfortunate due to the settings of the seed in general. It's actually Northern Shrine Cave, or the Staff of Rain Cave, that is under Tentacle. As we had Treasury Tech, we have an herb.
We
have a cursed
belt.
We have another one. And he actually has the chest glitch. Oh, torch.
Yeah, and that's wings. So, yes, there is a cursed belt grind, but you have to get the right one. No, there's only one belt. Unfortunately, here's the way the grind works, for those who may not be aware. Back in the NES era, they didn't have a whole lot of memory on the chip, so it can only remember you opening 8 chests, and after that it forgets that you kind of opened it until you hit the overworld where it clears the memory. So if you are in, say, a dungeon, and then you death warp back to the castle, so you're never in the overworld, you can end up getting more than 8 chests and just continually opening it up. One of the side effects of that is that it tends to give you some different names for items once that gets activated. So that second one said it was a cursed belt, but it wasn't actually. It was a torch, because he checked his inventory immediately afterward, if you recall.
Yeah, and something I was kind of mentioning earlier here with how unfortunate it was that Staff of Rain Cave is under Tentacle, as Diabetes... Actually didn't see if Diabetes got to the chest, but dies to a knight. We'll have to see how... Oh, he does have the gold, so he probably did get those chests. Oh, don't open that door first! Oh, he does have 2 keys. He does have 2 keys, so he will have the goodies. Although, unfortunately as well, taking the bottom left chest and will thus be denied the grind for the moment.
Yep, couple of torches in there as well, unfortunately. However, they do know now that there is a cursed belt grind available in the castle. Looks like High Spirits going to Charlock is probably going to go for that pyramid and see if he can't pick up something like maybe the armor or the sword.
Or failing that, more cursed belts. But yeah, what makes it kind of sad that Staff of Rain Cave is Staff of Rain Cave underneath Tantagel. If it's actually possible to chest glitch Staffs of Rain, and there's a fairy water, there is another cursed belt. We have Erdrick's Sword, the best weapon in the game. Death Necklace, that actually takes up... And 2 cursed belts, the Death Necklace, Erdrick's Sword. This treasury is looking good.
Not only that, but if he death warps now, he only needs 1 more chest before he activates the grind glitch, allowing him to fill up his inventory when he goes back home. And it's not that difficult to death warp in Charlock.
And in fact, he's going to have it automatically with this one, which is a torch.
Yep, so all he needs to do now is death warp back to the castle, and he has his... Oh, hello! We have our first instance of what is known as the Fun Police, the Red Dragon. Because once you get pulled over, the fun stops.
But it has a little bit of the fuzzy cuffs. It do a hurt spell on high speed. And it actually felt it realized, oh wait, this guy actually has Erdrick's Sword. I better actually kill him, and then he killed him. And that was the herb.
So now what he's going to probably do is fill up on the herb there, and then fill up on the cursed belts. That means he's got everything he needs. He just needs to find Swamp Cave, take out the Guardian, whatever is guarding the princess, and then he'll have his victory. So he's going to be in a commanding position at this point until somebody else can. Meanwhile, coordinates are 43-4?
49 south, so I think those are over a river, so they might be a little difficult to count.
However, there can't be a whole lot on that tile, because remember, all of the things for the rainbow drop don't exist in this seed. We've already seen the big stick. We've already seen the death necklace in Charlock. The only thing it could be is either the armor or the fairy flute.
Yeah, and don't forget, we haven't even seen Swamp yet. So we do not know the guardian to the princess.
Looks like Diabetes actually is trying to count that out.
But, well, Swamp, he decides against it. Droll Magi had Heal more to begin with, also has Hurt more.
He may still be trying to count it out.
Although, this may prove to be the end of that, although, walking it... Still trying to walk it out.
I don't blame him. He's got a good chance of getting something useful there. And taking down that wolf certainly doesn't hurt his experience total either. Right now, High Spirits, level 10, 2, 13, and 13, and a new spell of Heal. Very
big
clutch
level. You get that healing so you can explore better, and a bunch of nice stats.
High Spirits, meanwhile, doing a sleep and flee from that stone man.
And spots a new town. What is this town? Oh no, it's got a druid in front of it. It's out of here. Oh, it's Garenham, you mean.
Or Garenham, excuse me, Garenham. which has 3 chests behind it and a dungeon as well.
Yeah, and that could very easily be our swamp cave.
Swamp, mountain. Let's see. We've seen both Jerk and Staff. We've seen Grave. Could also be Freebie Cave.
Yeah, or tablet, but if it's swamp, then this could end very quickly with 104 attack power, 71 HP. If it's an armor knight and it can be stop spelled, it could easily die. I mean, High Spirits was able to walk south. This may be swamp. Oh, I see swamp movement.
Yeah, that's Swamp Cave, alright. He's probably gonna at least check out what's on that spike tile.
Oh, it's the red dragon.
No.
It's
And
casting hurt.
Yeah, I think that is in fact going to be the spike tile here, is going to be the Fun Police itself.
But throwing down the hurts, High Spirits could take it out here. One more hurt. Looks like it may be 75% hurt. Oh, but it dodges, launches a big attack for 53 and takes him out. I think he was one hit away.
That was very, very close. However, remember, he doesn't have the outside spell, so he'd still have to find a way to run away from the Fun Police on the way back. However, this gives High Spirits an enormous knowledge advantage of what's where, how, and why, as well as already having all of his belts. So he definitely has a commanding lead in this race. At this time, it is his race to lose.
Yeah, and the thing was, there was 2 gold. I believe there was 2 gold chests in Garenham. He could utilize the ghetto, just walk in, walk out grind, and maybe pick up some armor. Because right now he's got the modesty skill, and that's about it.
Yeah, right now, if I were High Spirits, I would definitely want to be picking up some armor right about now. I know magic armor is available in a couple of towns. If I could manage to find a way to get that kind of cash, that would definitely substantially help. But heck, I'll even take half plate at this point. I mean, any kind of armor is better than none.
Yeah, it wouldn't take him very long to grind. It wouldn't take him very long to grind up full plate. But yeah, he's just making a beeline straight back to that town.
Yeah, I mean, we're not playing the black belt class here. You do want to equip something.
And just chops that Rogue Scorpion in half with a critical hit. Vril is at level 9, and with the Red Dragon spamming hurt, level 9 could be good enough. Let's see what this has. Chainmail, Large Shield, that's 20 defensive power. That's an improvement. I think it's only going to take 1 session of grinding to get it as well. Yep, boop boop. There you go.
There's 1,700 right there for you. Yep, chainmail, large shield. That's actually pretty substantial defense there. It's a lot better than nothing at any rate. High Spirit's officially in grind and go mode. He may actually make another attempt at this. The only fly in this is that occasionally the Red Dragon will remember, oh, right, I have claws.
I have Chomp. And I have Big Chomp.
Red Dragon uses Chomp. It's super effective!
Diabetes actually manages to find a town in a cave. Unfortunately, we already know it's not where he needs to be. High Spirits with another critical hit, taking out Magic Wyvern for a bunch of experience. And Diabetes has managed to find Oxus.
High Spirits making another attempt at this fun police.
Round 2. Fight!
Diabetes fighting Hawksness, unfortunately running into an armored knight that would not let him go away. 2 hurt mores and he is down. Meanwhile, High Spirits continuing to go against this red dragon.
Yeah, he's just going at it, although with no protection against the hurt spell, those
Done!
Yeah, he's gotten through the red dragon, but he's gotta get the princess, and then he's gotta get back through, is the problem. And
That's true. This is still not free yet for anybody, by any means. Can he make it back out? That is going to be the question.
Yeah, and all things considered, I think at this point you just have to fight the red dragon again, because, well, the thing is, you're killing it in about 4 hits, your agility is only 50, which is going to make it very hard. Well, actually he's going to get the level. If he can beat this green dragon, he's going to get the level right here, but... Oh, he's got him! So here's level 10 after grabbing the princess. Are we going to have a clutch outside? We're going to have 10 more power, that helps.
And 11 more hit points helps, and another spell, which doesn't help.
It's repel, it's not the word. It'll help cut down the encounters once you get outside, because... last thing you want is to go back out, and then you get slept and wrecked by a metal... But here we go, Red Dragon, round 2. Let's see if he fights or runs. And he's going to first try run away.
First try run away. Alright, we could be seeing this, assuming he doesn't get... Uh-oh! Green Dragon with a preemptive. Ran away from that.
Yeah, he gets away from that as well. Okay, and then... And now all he has to do is make the march back home.
There's the rappel down. Of course, with the medium tier gear he's got, that doesn't chase away the most dangerous enemies, but it at least helps some.
Oh, Armor Knight gets away first try.
Lucky run.
Has anybody thrown a stop spell at an Armor Knight yet? Meanwhile, there's still other runners in this race. Varellus into Charlock. I don't know if he has a key though. Checks the judges table, finds Yield Torch. Oh, no keys on Varellus, so unable to pick up all the goodies in there.
Yeah, 2 curse belts and the big stick is in there.
High Spirit's still making the march. I don't think he has much further to go. Just has to make this turn. The castle inside, everything is repelled. And with 7 cursed belts and the death necklace costs more than the cursed belt, so Princess will prioritize the cheapest item in your inventory. And with all that, heads up the stairs, getting ready to talk to the king. Let's make absolutely sure. And I would like to have something like a token. Please give me thy cursed belt.
Archfield Monk, meanwhile, in Charlock, going to pick up another 2 belts and the big stick.
Meanwhile, Varellus is in Cole. I didn't see what was on that spike tile. Not spike tile, search spike.
I didn't catch what was on the search tile in Cole, unfortunately.
Yeah, so 2 more cursed belts, the death necklace, which again, I don't even think the princess can take death necklace. So it will prioritize the cursed belt over that, so it's nice as a slot filler. And of course, big stick for punching through that red dragon. Meanwhile, Varellus having magical Wyvern problems and sleeps and gets away. Actually finds another town. I think this actually has to be Vimildar, and I don't know if Varellus had keys or not.
It is indeed going to be Rimuldar. It gets his opportunity to pick up some keys.
Yeah, picking them up the old-fashioned way. It looks like Archfield's actually just going to leave Charlock and continue on exploring. Relish with 54 gold, able to buy 1 key and still have a penny. It looks like Archfield, going just south of Charlock, has found coal.
Let's see what's on this search tile. If there is anything, keep in mind it could be empty.
Searches, nothing.
Coal? It probably doesn't exist. It's just a myth. Freyla's actually doing some searching on the second continent, it looks like.
This can't be second continent. This is actually just past. And Archfield finds Free Stuff Cave as I think High Spirits has just found Chad. Hello, High Spirit.
Hi. Yes, I found chat. It was behind a swamp, like everything else in this game.
So, yeah, I mean, it was kind of a tease for the seed. It wasn't exactly restrictive, but everywhere you go, you either run into huge swamps or you run into something that will murder you brutally.
Yep, and very lack of healing, so that didn't help either. Man, look at these. They found, like, I never found Rimuldar. I saw someone found coal. Like, I never found most of this stuff.
Yeah, I think a bunch of this stuff was just beyond Charlock, and you never got through that swamp successful.
I was happy with that Charlock dive early on, because that sword helped me a lot.
Yeah, the sword and 2 of the cursed belts, and it set up the belt grind for you when you took the death warp to be able to get all of your belts taken care of, so that you had everything ready to go.
Yeah, I purposely kept the death necklace on me in case I wanted to sell it for something, because I could have just picked up a cursed belt on my way to dropping off the princess, since there was one in the treasury. So I'm like, oh, I kept the, I'll just keep the death necklace in case I need some cash for something.
I mean, it's half of what you would need for, say, full plate, so definitely viable.
Yeah, I only bought armor at the end there after the red dragon hit me for 53. I'm like, I better put some kind of underwear on just to make sure he doesn't hit me for 50s.
Yeah, kind of the inverse, really. Normally, you'd have to worry about the abilities, and the attacks are more or less free, but in this case, the ability of Hurt, which almost had to have been 75% with how much it was doing it, was the one you wanted to see, and then occasionally it remembers, oh yeah, I have keys.
Yeah, that was the first Charlock dive. I was like, oh, the first time I went into Charlock, I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't unlimited keys, so I had to like leave. But yeah.
But yeah, I was wondering on the walk back, you put on the rappel, and I think you get about 15 steps, and you get an armor knight.
That one scared me. I was like, Stone Man I can deal with. Rogue Scar says, where the heck did this thing come from? I swear they added Stonemen on some of the zones that I never saw them in on the way back to the castle. Just for this.
Yeah. I was actually wondering if you ever thought about stop spelling them, because they seem to like their hurt more.
For which one?
AKs.
I never saw what they did.
They did hurt
I think
more.
I encountered 2 and both of them punched me in the... Oh yeah, wait, the first one I came across, way at the beginning of the seed, had hurt more. I had forgotten about that, but I was like, stop spell's not gonna matter. I just need to get away.
Oh, there's another Sparko Bridge on Diabetes Screen.
Yeah, I got punished for going to a Sparko Bridge earlier. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go search this one, and then it ran into a Rogue Scorpion that killed me.
Yeah, it looked like almost like an extra spike tile.
Oh wow, Diabetes actually managed to somehow locate armor on the map.
Diabetes counted out the coordinates. The armor is on the coordinates. This is gonna give him a significant defense advantage when he does go up against that red dragon.
And it also makes just walking around the map easier because all the swamp damage, it doesn't happen anymore. All these stop spells, they don't happen anymore.
Not only that, but you've got some sustain now. Healing 1 point of damage, one point of healing every step you take is definitely going to also help, given that they've only got heal. They don't have heal more yet.
And if they find the red dragon, they should be able to pretty easily win, unless he decides to defy his odds.
But yeah, I didn't even get through. You had all this hurt and like breath stuff. Well, it still happens, but not as hard.
Yeah, I was so glad to see 75% hurt on that red dragon. When I saw that, I was like, I wasn't gonna do any more grinding unless I happened to get a level like after a death. It was like, I'm just gonna go after this guy and take him down. And I was like, thankfully 75% hurt, so hopefully I can run away from him the second time I gotta run out. And I first ran from him when I was escaping, so.
Okay, it looks like Raelis finally managed to buy a copper sword and is about to pick up Big Stick.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over to the other race, which is about to start, to help out with the commentaries there. Y'all can go ahead and close this out here. So I will see y'all in the next one.
Okay, go have fun with that. In the meantime, Archfield is soon going to be looking to close it out. He has managed to find Garenham, and as we know, you go under Garenham and you will find a red dragon. And behind that red dragon, you will find a princess. You know, Varellis has sufficiently raided Charlock Treasury for its good. Archfield already has a chainmail, so already has some defense. And shall now head around and go south, go north, bonk. Oh, this is swamp. And Varellis is dead to the blue dragon. We'll see if he can manage to get, well, he should have chest glitch by default. Archfield versus Red Dragon, round 1, fight! And well, the Red Dragon, this he doing the Red Dragon things of just throwing hurt. And with 112 attack power, this Red Dragon's not long for the world. Archfield going to head on through, pick up the princess, and then he will have to make his walk back. It looks like Varellis is printing cursed belts, so just has to find Garenham and we'll be in good shape.
I actually really considered buying wings before I went back to the swamp that second time. Because I had that open inventory spot. I'm like, do I really want to go get wings, or do I just want to hero walk? I'm like, I'll just hero walk. Going to get wings is pretty far out of the way.
Let's see. Archfield's actually just going to try to beat down the Red Dragon again. Opting to take the sure thing as, well, with 112 attack power, you will stab it to death sooner rather than later. Although it gets a bite off for 36, and, well, it's dead. And thus the walk of hopeful victory begins for Archfield. Still has to make it through this difficult overworld.
Yeah, you still got to deal with that first enemy zone just outside the town, through the desert.
And well, here's a golem. It's gone.
Never even saw
Here's a
that
blue
dragon.
dragon.
Dang.
Oh, the blue dragon gets a block. Remember, if you die with the princess, she goes right back to underneath swamp, and unfortunately, 3 run fails, 3 strikes, you're out. Princess, come with me.
Unfortunately, he decided to try to stay in the desert. You should probably you got to get out of that desert as fast as possible, and
Yeah,
so
the
you get to the lower encounter rate tiles.
desert has the highest encounter rate you will see. Forest is pretty low, so
It's between grass and desert, but it's still better than desert.
in the meantime, Diabetes has found Garen's grave, and we'll find out. Well, actually, not sure what Diabetes is in here for, because I think that's where he got keys from. And Archfield wisely taking down this Stone Man to almost get the level. This Gold Man will actually do the rare level off a Gold Man. Meanwhile, Vrelis giving the stop spell a try against the Armor Knight and actually manages to block the spell, so see how Vrelis handles it from here. And evidently, while I wasn't paying attention, Vrelis also got Erdrick's armor. Or is that a mistrack? I don't know. I know Diabetes has it.
Oh, Armor Knights have heal more also.
Oh well,
Sorry
good
you had to do
thing.
that.
Good thing that was blocked. And unfortunately, it's hard to block when you get ambushed. Down goes Archfield again. And it looks like Diabetes is going deep grave. So, High Spirits, how does it feel to have all the points?
You know, to be honest, I don't think I've lost a league match yet. I think I went undefeated last year completely too. So, to be honest, feels normal right now. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horns, but I just love saying how awesome my hands are. Aren't they amazing? They're old and wrinkly, but they still work.
In the meantime, Archfield actually going to do the thing you opted not to do and sell a Cursed Belt to get some wings. And we'll just hopefully remember to replenish that Cursed Belt in Tantegel Treasury. Okay, cast Repel and give it another go. And well, just immediately gets blasted by 2 Hurtmores and is back to Tantegel. And yeah, I think at this point all of our runners have Erdrick's Stick Sword. And yeah, Vrelis certainly does not have Erdrick's armor. The Swamp would be doing no damage. Anyways, Archfield giving it another go. The only runner of these two to have located Garenham and the swamp beneath it. Vrelis very soon to get level 11, which, according to Archfield, came with some strength and a good chunk of health. Although that might be... Yeah, Vrelis is actually on Strength Agility, so a bit of a build difference there. 3-1... No agility, actually. So, not exactly the most stellar of levels. And Archfield back in Garenham, gonna give it another go. Meanwhile, Diabetes doing the belt grind. Brielle is going to search the spark over bridge, not realizing he's tripping over Erdrick's armor in the process. And round 2 against this... Well, it's actually round 3 now, and Red Dragon just immediately chomps on him, and this hurt. Only did 3 damage. Archfield going to apply some Band-Aid. We have Railless into Hawksnest. We're going to see if there's anything here. At this point, the only thing it could be is the Flute, which doesn't matter at this point since Railless has already done the belt grind. Although you could take it and still use it to put golems to sleep. Speaking of golems, this probably won't work. Yeah, Railless just immediately nopes out of that and will probably head elsewhere. And Archfield actually manages to run from the Red Dragon. Heal up. And carry on with life. Yeah, and 75% heal more, 75% hurt more. Coin flip to hit stop spell, but ignore all that. Archfield Monk used the wings, got back to Tantagel, just has to take this chest to refill the curse belt. Check your inventory. Yes, that looks good. Up the stairs. To the king. Blah 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 blah. Give me your cursed belt. Get out your GGs. Archfield Monk will take down 3 points as he finishes second. With an official SR time of 101.47, about 18 minutes behind High Spirits. So for our other 2 runners, it's just gonna come down to when they find Garenham. Because we've proven it could be done at 10, we've proven it could easily be done at 11. So really just find the town and get the win. But first you have to get through this overworld. You have Armor Knights, you have... Well, Rogue Scorpions aren't a threat at this point. And we have Archfield Monk in the chat.
Hello, Randomania.
Hello, so obviously this actually didn't affect anything because High Spirits had won long before and nobody else got done before you managed to do it again because nobody else has managed to find Garanham again. But you got through the Red Dragon, which was fuzzy cuffed. Somebody hit us up with that Red Dragon, please. But you got through the Red Dragon, you started heading back home, and, well, yeah.
Yeah, that blue dragon bop was very unkind. But fortunately, at least, it didn't affect anything in terms of the race. But I didn't, as it happened, I didn't even really know where I was because I'd come at Garanham from the west, and so trying to find my way back home was always going to be difficult anyway. So as it turned out, it wasn't that far off, but yeah. It would figure. Get past the red twice, and then in a random desert get bopped by a blue.
Yeah, quite unfortunate to fail 3 times to run from something that you're actually favored to run from at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So just pretty unlucky there. But then I think I got lucky getting away from the red the second time because I got back attacked and he swung. And I was like, well, maybe I should just fight this out. And my first swing was, I think, a mineral. So I just went, okay, I guess we're just going to try to bail here. And fortunately, I got a run. So I guess a little bit of good fortune there, at least.
But yeah, how do you feel about the start of the siege? You had the 31 strength to start, and then it was just difficult to, even with the 31 strength, it was just quite difficult to get off the ground.
Yeah, it was. We got hurt early enough that enabled us to fight everything in Zone 1 reasonably efficiently. Even when you do start with high strength, it's always rough when there's swamp around and you don't get much HP early because you could theoretically go do some exploring, but without healing, you can't get around. And of course, Zone 1 appeared to be bordered on all sides by those zones that had armored knights and all kinds of other stuff, so that was a difficulty as well.
Yeah, those... I think going west and running into armor knights that were a coin flip to stop spell, and then 75% hurt more after that.
The armored knights had stop spell?
No, the armor knights had hurt more...
Oh, the knights had stop spell.
No. What I was saying is that they're hitting you with the hurt more. They actually had heal more.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and it was a coin flip to hit them with stop spells, what I was trying to say.
I gotcha. Sorry about that, Smashy.
That's okay. Meanwhile, Diabetes has managed to fish out the princess, and with Erdrick's armor to ignore Swamp, is going to start marching this princess back. If he can do it, he will take third down.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see High Spirits was still in chat until just now. GG, High Spirits.
Thank you, GG. Don't worry, I'm kind of like half paying attention to what's going on right now. Kind of doing something.
No worries.
But GG, man.
Thanks.
As it turns out, just going that one direction got you your key access, and then also got you your swamp access. Although you did have Sharlock with the big... Oh, Diabetes is down.
Dang. That good old Armor Knight.
Yeah, Armor Knight causing the fumble. Dragon Lord's minion's gonna scoop up the princess, take her back underneath Swamp. Diabetes gonna have to get there again, and... well... But... well, you gotta make that one run back, and we've seen this overworld. It's going to be a dude.
I was on my way to try to find Garenham again when I remembered that there was I'd gotten my cursed belts in the treasury, so I thought, well, if I go sell one by wings, that's probably going to be more expedient overall.
And back in for diabetes. Okay, so yeah, with this overworld, if Railus can find Garenham soon enough, this is still anybody's race. And if Railus can hit the stop spell, unfortunately he misses that one. If Railus can beat this Armor Knight, that will actually be enough for level 12, although taking the 2 heart mods and then failing the run, down goes Railus. But only 49 experience from next level. Meanwhile, Diabetes going after this Red Dragon will get level 11, which... well, level 11 really wasn't that much, but every stat helps. And using the heal there after taking some chomps. And yeah, I don't think Diabetes has Erdrick's Sword because he's doing a lot less damage. And here comes level 12 for Railus. 2 power, 4 agility, 4 health, 1 magic. Spell of Outside.
That helps a little bit.
Oh, and Varellus also got heal more, so... if Varellus can find Garenham and Diabetes fumbles the princess again, this is still wide open. Because Varellus does have that Erdrick Sword, will take care of this Red Dragon with the greatest of ease, but just cannot find Garenham. I was gonna block this. And Diabetes outside again. Just gonna try to walk it out. Magician, not going to be a threat. Varellus gonna validate some more. Actually, in the right area, all Varellus has to do is walk west, and that will be Garenham. But it may be too little too late. Diabetes, or never mind, still has a bit of walking to go, and this is a dangerous zone right here. Hello, Armin. Have a run block fail. Another run fail. Varell's going to go south and find Garen's grave first, so about to pick up some bad news that, oh boy, there's a key here all along. And Diabetes fails to get away from the armor. And Varellus keeps going south. That is not the way you need to be going. So at this point, it's pretty much just, can Varellus find this town before Diabetes can successfully run the princess? And actually finds 2 caves. I believe finding... I think at this point this has to be Tablet and the other end of Swamp. No, not the other. Tablet and Mountain, so 2 caves are of no use. It looks like Diabetes is going back into Rimbledar. Oh, Diabetes is out of keys. I think that was... Diabetes used their last key getting the princess that time, ran out. I'll be interested to see with the low damage he was doing to the Red Dragon compared to High Spirits and Archfield. I do not believe he has Sword. And if he goes into Sharlock, he'll find Sword, and that'll just make that Red Dragon free. So yeah, Diabetes picking up keys. We'll see what he does from here. In the meantime, Varellus is still trying to find this town. What's Diabetes gonna do? Diabetes just walks on past Sharlock. Map being the true final boss. And Varellus gets slept and wrecked by a gold man. Diabetes gonna go up to level 11.
Oh wow, that's pretty ridiculous. I think I killed 2 goldmen that seed. I killed one because I wanted to buy more keys, and then I killed the other because I was like 4 experience from level 11. And that was the next encounter I got, so I just swung. So I think that's more goldmen killed for me this seed than, I don't know, a whole long time combined otherwise.
Yeah, I think Varellus... No, I'm thinking of a difference. Looks like Diabetes just... Look, I think the other end of Swamp was right next to Garenham as well, so... Yeah, something interesting there. Varellus has found Swamp South, so... Yeah, this just got interesting. Varellus has the level will be able to just mow down this red dragon, but it's going to get probably going to get a little bit of a rude awakening when he casts, if he casts outside. And oh, this is Garanham. It's right here. Yeah, you can just see the damage that Varellus is doing compared to Diabeus threw the red dragon first, and Varellus not soon after taking it. And here we go. Both of them about to pick up Princess Diabeus into the second fight. And this is where Varellus could overtake, but if Diabeus gets a first try run, Varellus is going to cast outside. Ooh, this is Garanham. And if Varellus can figure out where he's at, this can certainly turn the tide. No wings here. Varellus gonna buy the chainmail for some defense. And take a pit stop at the end. And they are in the same. I don't think Varellus realizes that Garanham is right next to Swamp South exit. Diabeus also taking gold. Yeah, you do not want that dragon scale. And the high five as they both pick up the dragon scale at the same time. So it looks like Varellus is going to walk. It's going to be interesting. I think Diabeus is going to have the straight shot in. I think Varellus in a second is about to realize, oh, wait a second, that's Swamp Cave. Yeah, I think Varellus is actually going to kind of take the long way around here. Diabeus about halfway there. And if he runs into an Armonite, he might be living on a prayer. But gets through that desert. Oh, I think he's in the good zone now. Yep, Tantagil's in sight. He is all the way there. Check your inventory. That's a bunch of cursed belts. That looks good. Just has to walk up to the king, deliver the princess, and he'll get out of here with 2 points. Please have my love. A token, please give me thy cursed belt. Get out your GGs. Diabeus will take down. Third. Official SRL time of 1:23:11. In the meantime, Varellus is trying to deal with this snowman. Officially does so. Uses an herb. It looks like Varellus is just about there as well, so third and fourth going to be close after the relatively far apart finishes between first and second and third. Yep, up the stairs for Varellus. And talks to the king. Token, give me the cursed belt, and Varellus is going to take 1 point and finish with an official SRL time 1:24:05. Under a minute behind diabetes. So very just a brutal overworld, and then both ends of Swamp Cave just kind of condensed into one spot, really. I heard a ding. A ding called diabetes.
Well, that was a thing. It seems like we had at least a close race for third and fourth, so there was that. But GG's all around. That was a challenging seed for sure.
And GG beat us.
Yeah, you actually were the only one to count the armor out. However, I think you were the only one to not get Erdrick's sword. And that made it close at the end, because Vrelis was able to just take down the red dragon faster, but you were able to walk the map better, and you knew the faster route, because Vrelis never, well, quote-unquote, properly found Garen.
Yeah, there was a lot of difficulty with exploration all around, and I didn't find Garenham until, my third recovery of the princess. So I didn't find it until the very end as well. There was a lot of like big lakes with lots of weird small interconnected bridges that I missed a lot of those connections on, because I kind of got lost, and that's how I found Garenham. But yeah, I think I realized after I was trying to come back on that final attempt that there were wings in the treasury. So yeah, that would have been good to pick up.
Well, that, and then you had Caitlin that was also kind of nearby start that you had a wing shot.
Yeah, both true, particularly because the curse belt was in the treasury at Tantagel, so it wasn't a big deal to, put one non-curse belt item in your inventory. I just didn't think about it until I saw Garenham, and it was like, maybe there's one in the treasure chest in the back, so I won't have to do this a fourth time. But unfortunately, there wasn't. But I did successfully finally make the walk on the third try.
Yeah, those armor knights were just brutal, throwing the Heartmore over and over again, and being a coin flip to hit the stop spell on. Just not fun.
You said I was the only one that didn't get the sword. Where was the sword?
Sharlock. Sharlock had the sword, 2 curse belts, and the death necklace.
Well then, I think I'd already found everything I wanted except for the swamp cave at that point, so it didn't seem to really matter. I mean, if it would have come down to not having the attack power to fight whatever was in the cave, I probably would have looked, but turned out it was a very easy to beat red dragon, so no harm, no foul.
But yeah, for you two in particular, it was just finding that swamp cave proved to be the difficulty.
I mean, even early on, I mean, I don't know if I guess the death counters were kept up to date. 21 seems pretty low because I was sure that it was probably 35 or 40. I mean, we were bounded on all 3 sides by Sharlock tier enemies. I mean, the northeast corner was a dead end, but it was Axe Knights and other stuff. West and south were, golems, stone men, armored knights, blue dragons, nothing that you could walk yourself through. We didn't get heal until, level 8 or 9? And that's not going to help you either. You need heal more to fight those or to even run away successfully. So, lots of grossness. Very frustrating, but obviously, High Spirits did a really great job of getting through, and Archfield, I think you did as well, because I mean, you were done 20 minutes ahead of myself and Vrelis at the end. So, like I said, GG's to you guys. That was not an easy one.
Yeah, it was just rough all around, and yeah, you had to. It was a trek to find the keys. I think most people found their first key in Garen's Grave. Drillis actually found his first key in Rimeldar.
Yeah, I didn't find the grave or the mountain cave until I was just hunting for the princess.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seemed like that one direction, except for the sword, it had pretty much all the stuff that you need.
Yeah, I kept dying before I could see the bottom of that little peninsula by the jerk cave, and so I kept thinking, all right, that's probably where the land bridge is. And nope. But yeah, 33 deaths. That certainly didn't help me.
Yeah. I imagine the death counters are a little bit off just because of how brutal it was, and then I think we might have had a few people migrate over to Randomania 2 for the second raid.
That was probably the smart play.
With that, any last words?
Not really a good race, guys, and thanks everybody for running it.
Yeah, same here. GG's Rayless, and of course High Spirits and Archfield, they could probably moved on. And thanks to the free streaming squad that stuck around and watched us finish out. That's definitely appreciated. No, it's not easy on Saturday night to get a crew together, so that's awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. GG's again, Beatus, GG, Vralis, and thanks to the Restream team. Smash, thanks for hanging out and for the interview, and for our trackers Zarnax and who else was it? Camion. So Zarnax and Camion and Synth for the Restream.
All right, thank you, and once again thank all the people that brought you this race. Lord the Synth, Sneaky the Lost, who's already went over to Randomania 2 to commentate that race, Camion and Zarnax doing the tracking. This is Smashy. We have one more race going on Randomania 2, and following that race, we will have the draw for week 4, the Three's Company flags. Another alternative win condition. So I believe we are just going to go ahead and head on over to Randomania 2, and that'll about do it for this. Have a good night, everybody.